Get ready for the action, because we are diving deep into the world of elite competitions starting right now. We begin with Brazilian UFC fighter Carlos Prates, who is revealing the intense dual life of being the nightmare inside the cage and a strategic global brand builder outside of it. We explore how Prates is using his platform as a new 1xBet ambassador to build a long-term legacy, and we uncover the deep connection he has to the legendary Brazilian MMA history.
Never get caught with a dead phone again. This INIU portable charger is compact, travel-friendly, and gives you fast 45-watt charging with a built-in USB-C cable, so there's no need to carry extra cords. With 10,000 mAh power, it's perfect for busy days, trips, emergencies, or anytime your battery drops too low. Grab yours on Amazon through the link in the comments before your phone hits 1%.
Next up, we shift focus to the upcoming UFC schedule as we look ahead to 2026. We break down the massive matchups lined up, featuring former UFC champion Aljamain Sterling facing off against rising contender Youssef Zalal in a major main event. We also look at the intense rivalry brewing between UFC middleweight champion Khamzat Chimaev and former champion Sean Strickland, setting the stage for some explosive action. The stakes get incredibly high as we move to the heavyweight division, with Ilia Topuria preparing to aim for the unthinkable against Islam Makhachev. Topuria has declared his intention to go above and beyond a victory, specifically aiming to submit the world-renowned Islam Makhachev, making this potential clash one of the biggest moments in MMA history. We examine the mindset behind Topuria's ambition to shock the world. And finally, we look at the shifting landscape of the UFC rankings as former interim welterweight champion Colby Covington is officially dropped from the rankings for the first time since 2017. We discuss the changes, noting the rise of new names like Mike Malott and Yaroslav Amosov, and what this means for Covington's future. Don't miss any of this incredible news. Stay locked in with us. Brazilian UFC standout Carlos Prates has opened up about the dual life of a professional fighter, balancing his intense, nightmare persona in the cage with his reflective, personal life and long-term branding strategy. In an exclusive interview with 1xBet via Yaganet, Prates discussed the mental aspects of knockout moments, his commitment to building a lasting legacy, and his perspective on representing Brazil in global sports. Prates describes his fighting style, rooted in Muay Thai rather than traditional Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, drawing comparisons to Anderson Silva's composure under pressure. He emphasized that his success stems from instinct combined with calculated timing during finishes. The viral moment of him maintaining calm after a significant fight, which showcased his personality, highlighted his ability to manage media presence. As the new 1xBet ambassador, Prates views the partnership as a strategic move to build his personal brand. He acknowledged the immense responsibility of carrying the legacy of Brazilian MMA legends like Anderson Silva and Jose Aldo, stating that representing Brazil is the greatest honor of his career and a driving force for his daily training. Prates reflected on the demanding reality of professional fighting, noting that the public often misses the sacrifices, weight cuts, time away from family and injuries. He stressed the importance of discipline and the dedication required to perform when unobserved. Beyond the octagon, Prates is focused on future endeavors, including rooting for Brazil in the Global Football Game 2026, emphasizing football's paramount importance in his country. He also dedicated time to inspiring young aspiring fighters, urging them to maintain focus, humility, and self-belief. Prates embodies a modern athlete who successfully navigates the demands of being both a high-profile media personality and a dedicated competitor. His philosophy aligns with the 1xBet brand, emphasizing constant growth, calculated risk-taking, and the necessity of staying grounded to protect one's legacy and family. The UFC is gearing up for a significant slate of action in 2026, featuring high-stakes matchups across multiple weight classes. A major focal point this weekend is the featherweight division, where former champion Aljamain Sterling is set to face rising contender Youssef Zalal in the main event of UFC Fight Night. Sterling, who has been actively challenging top grapplers, including a dominant 5-round performance against Brian Ortega, now faces a promising new opponent. Zalal, a recent success story who earned a second chance with the release of The Moroccan Devil, enters the fight with a strong 5-0 record and 4 submissions, having recently secured a submission victory over interim title challenger Josh Emmett. Looking ahead, next month will bring UFC 328 to Newark, New Jersey, headlined by a clash between middleweight champion Khamzat Chimaev and former champion Sean Strickland for a title defense. This bout is fueled by a notable rivalry between the two fighters, both of whom have claimed to be the best of each other in training. The card is further bolstered by the addition of Joshua Van against Tatsuro Terra. This pairing follows the rescheduling of their flyweight title fight, originally slated for UFC 327 due to an injury sustained by Van. Fans can access these and all other UFC events through a Paramount Plus subscription, which includes every numbered UFC event and UFC Fight Night for a monthly rate starting at $8.99 or an annual plan for $89.99. Noi Dung Kai Tight. Ilia Topuria has set an ambitious target for his potential matchup against Islam Makhachev, aiming to deliver a performance that will shock the world if they ever compete in the cage. Topuria, a dominant force in MMA with a record of 17-0 in MMA and 9-0 in the UFC, has a history of achieving incredible feats, including securing titles in 2 different weight divisions, and eyeing a third by challenging welterweight champion Islam Makhachev, who boasts a record of 28-1 in MMA and 17-1 in the UFC. And Topuria's ambition extends beyond a standard victory. He reportedly intends to go above and beyond, creating a lasting memory for the audience. Speaking on The Ariel Helwani Show, Topuria articulated this mindset. When I get the opportunity to fight with someone, I always used to think about what can I do to really shock the world. So with Islam, I'm like, to shock the world, I have to submit him. So this is what I think that's gonna happen. I'm gonna take him down, and I'm gonna submit him. And this declaration highlights a significant strategic shift, as it involves attempting a submission against Makhachev, a fighter widely regarded as one of the best in the world today. While Topuria acknowledges Makhachev's elite skills, his self-belief drives him toward this audacious goal, particularly given that submissions against Makhachev have never been attempted before. Makhachev has only suffered one professional defeat, an early first-round knockout in 2015. Topuria's plan to pursue a submission, despite Makhachev's renowned grappling prowess, represents a major challenge to the established narrative. And Topuria also offered a perspective on his own standing in the sport, stating, he's good. Everyone is good. Justin Gaethje is good. Alex Volkanovski is good. Charles Oliveira is good. Max Holloway is good. Everyone is good, but I'm different. I'm the GOAT. Nah, not really. I don't like to claim myself as the GOAT of the sport. I always like to leave those decisions to the fans. They are the ones that make that decision. Former interim UFC welterweight champion Colby Covington has been dropped from the UFC rankings for the first time since 2017. The significant shakeup in the rankings saw Covington fall out of the top 15, joining veteran Gilbert Burns in the departure. This move coincides with the entry of new names into the rankings, as Canadian Mike Malott secured a number 11 spot following his victory at UFC Winnipeg, and Ukrainian Yaroslav Amosov debuted at number 15. Covington first entered the UFC rankings in 2017 after defeating Demian Maia, and became a fixture in the top 15 welterweight rankings for nearly a decade. His career peak came in 2018, when he captured the UFC interim welterweight title against Rafael dos Anjos, though he was later stripped of the belt due to inactivity. Following subsequent fights against Kamaru Usman, Jorge Masvidal, and Leon Edwards, Covington suffered consecutive losses, with his last fight occurring in December 2024. Sources suggest Covington's removal from the rankings is largely attributed to his prolonged inactivity, having not fought since his loss to Joaquin Buckley, which marks a 16-month layoff. The unexpected absence of Covington from the upcoming UFC White House event, UFC Freedom 250, has fueled speculation. Middleweight prospect Bo Nickel reportedly claimed Covington was offered a fight but declined, a claim Covington later disputed. Covington stated he was not offered a spot on the card, alleging he was instead informed he would be fighting the winner of the Malott versus Burns bout at UFC Winnipeg, a contest Malott won via third-round TKO. With Covington removed, the dynamic for Mike Malott has shifted. Instead of facing him, Malott is expected to compete against a fighter ranked within the top 10 of the division. The future for Covington remains uncertain. While he retains star power, his infrequent activity and recent lack of success in the cage suggest the UFC may offer him a fight against an unranked opponent, or potentially a mutual release to pursue opportunities outside the promotion.